Hi, my name is Whitney Barkley, and I'm a social media instructor here at the International College of Broadcasting. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to schedule content for your social media. In this video, we'll talk about 6 things that you need to consider so you can post the right thing at the right time. First things first, you want to make sure that you understand which social media management tools you want to use. Platforms like Facebook have their own insights and scheduling tools, but you might want to use a third party to ensure that you can schedule all of your posts at one time. Some of the most popular tools include Buffer, Hootsuite, and CoScheduler, and they can range from $0 to about $10 a month. These are really good tools because they allow you to schedule everything at once, so you don't have to toggle back and forth between tabs to figure out what you want to schedule on this site and what you can schedule on the other. It will allow you to do everything cohesively and allow you to maximize your time to become more efficient as a social media manager. Next, you want to make sure that you're tapping into your social media analytics to get a better understanding about your audience. Your social media analytics include your audience's demographics and the behaviors that they have online. These things are very important because they allow you to understand what you need to post and maybe the actual right times that you should post. Analytics give you a specific perspective about your audience and allow you to understand their insights. This is ultimately going to help you drive some of your posts home and hopefully help you connect with them at the right times. One of the biggest things that you definitely want to know is to know when to schedule a post versus posting in real time. So a scheduled post is when you decide that you want to schedule something for a later date. In real time, you're literally posting in the moment. And it's really mostly important to post in real time when there's a viral event happening and you want to get in on the action, or if there's breaking news happening at your business or company that everyone should need to know. It's not very conducive to post in real time on a regular basis because the time that you're using to post in real time, you could be using to schedule something and then using that extra time to build rapport with your audience. One of the most important things that you need to know is understanding the difference between paid and organic reach. Once upon a time, platforms like Facebook allowed you to post something and you would literally reach all of your audience. But now, Facebook is a platform that pretty much requests that you pay to play. So what that means is that you had to put a certain amount of money behind your post in order for a certain amount of people to actually see it. So it's very important that you're understanding which posts will do well organically versus which posts will do better with a paid reach. Organic posts are very much based on the times that your audiences are online. So if you look at your analytics, you'll find when your audience is actually on Facebook or on the computer. Now, with a paid reach, it's different. So if you have a specific message or a specific call to action, that is definitely when you want to put money behind the post to ensure that you're connecting with the right audience. Next, you definitely want to understand algorithms. So each social media platform has a different algorithm, but I want to primarily focus on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Twitter, the average lifespan of a tweet is 18 minutes. So it's very important that when you're on Twitter, you want to make sure that you're increasing the frequency of your tweets because a tweet will literally only last for those 18 minutes and then no one will probably ever see it again. It won't really pop up in other feeds. So you want to make sure that you're having a consistent frequency on Twitter. Now with Facebook is a little different. Again, as I mentioned before, once upon a time you could post things and everyone would see it, but now they have a different algorithm. So their algorithm is based on 3 things: an affinity score, an edge rank score, and time decay. And I'll simply explain what each of those things mean. An affinity score is the relationship between the brand and the user. So depending on how much the user interacts with that particular Facebook page will determine if they actually see it. Now, an edge rank score is a little different. A lot of people have this conception that if you have a certain amount of likes, that indicates that it's engagement, when in reality, Facebook will actually rank a comment better than they would actually rank a like because they're seeing that people are actually taking the time to read your post and to engage with it. And then finally, you have a time decay. So what this simply means is that an average Facebook lasts for about 5 hours. So you have about 5 hours to reach your maximum potential. So unless a lot of people are engaging with the post simply will disappear from timelines after a while. And then finally, we have Instagram. Instagram does not show you things in chronological order. When they first started, they did, but since Facebook took over Instagram, their algorithm has changed just a little bit. So essentially what they do, they look at your interests and they show you posts that are based on your specific interests. So if you're interested in cars, and if they notice that you're liking a lot of things related to cars or related to a specific brand, they're going to show you those things first versus showing you things that just happened 5 minutes ago. And finally, you want to consider what industry trends are saying versus what your trends are saying. Now, there's a lot of information about when is the best time to post on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And for many industries, things are pretty accurate. But one thing that I want you to remember is that you have to constantly look at your own data, because what works for your audience may not work for another company's audience. So it's very important that you're looking into those analytics and coming up with your own conclusions. Now, it's not bad to look at what the industry is saying, because that gives you a good idea of where to start. But if you don't start to see results, it's a good time to start experimenting to make sure that you're understanding your audience needs and when you can best serve them when scheduling your posts. Well, that's all we have time for today. My name is Whitney Barkley, and I am a social media instructor here at the International College of Broadcasting. If you're curious about how to turn your passion of social media into a career, come visit us at icb.edu.